Start with the microphone. You have the outline. You have the outline, right?
So you be the authority.
No, you should just be directing everything. So you have to handle anything. So you have the outline. Live stream. So everyone is doing something.
OBA, can you pray for us? Can you pray for us? It will be a silent. What's it will be a silent one? Close it.
Our program is going to start inspirations. We all the Manifesto reading session for the aspirants who are here in front of us. Please give us a good attention so that we can go about this and have a very successful program. Thank you very much.
The purpose of space is to provide a platform for all entities to account for their stewardship and for members to ask questions and share content and contribute ideas to the program of ELEESA. As we proceed, I'll kindly ask members to come and give us the rules for the meeting.
Distinguished executive members of ELEESA, aspirants and candidates, on behalf of the Electoral Commission, I warmly welcome you all to this general meeting and Manifesto week. We are grateful for your presence and participation as we all gather here this evening. For us to ensure a peaceful, let me say, engagement, I would like to read out to you the rules governing this session, this evening. Okay. All aspirants are expected to strictly adhere to the speaking time limits allocated for each session. That's the first one. There shall be no interruptions during speeches, presentations, or responses. Every speaker must be allowed to complete their submission. All questions, comments, and consents must be directed through the moderator. Members should not engage speakers directly. Each question should not exceed 1 minute to allow adequate participation from other members. I think these are the guys. Questions that are prohibited in asked or answered should not be repeated. Members are encouraged to pay close attention throughout the program. The Electoral Commission possesses full authority over the other conduct and management of today's program. Decisions taken by the Commission regarding proceedings shall be respected or shall be respected by all participants. All mobile phones should be switched to silent or vibration mode to avoid unnecessary interruptions. Any act of misconduct, disorderly behavior, or violation of these rules shall be addressed by the Electoral Commission and, where necessary, referred to the Judicial Committee for appropriate action. We kindly urge everyone here to cooperate fully, remain respectful, and contribute meaningfully towards the success of this program. Thank you all for your attention, and we wish everyone a grateful and baby session. Thank you.
Thank you all for your time. So our next session is there. We are going to get the president's address delivered by an
Good day to our church students, esteemed lecturers, and all stakeholders students. It is with a great pride, gratitude, and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today. On behalf of the 2025-2026 ELEESA KNUST Executive Council, presents an account of the initiatives and programs, and I think you're out there. As leadership scholar John C. Maxwell rightly said, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Guided by this principle, we have remained committed to creating opportunities, addressing challenges, and building a stronger economic and social community for everything that we do. Over the course of our administration, we have successfully implemented several impactful initiatives and programs. These achievements were not possible without the dedication, commitment, and sacrifice of every member of my executive team, and I am deeply grateful for their academic journey. Throughout the CNG report, from data collection, the impact of this initiative extends beyond the academic year, no resource of future students taking the course. In October, we organized the breast cancer awareness campaign to promote awareness, early detection, and preventive practices. Emphasize the importance of health consciousness within our academic community. They reminded us that success in engineering must be accompanied by by care for our physical well-being. Another key initiative was the Receipt Aid program, which directs support to students preparing for their receipt examinations. Tutors were assigned to each course and consistently organized lessons, answered questions, and offered personalized assistance to ensure that students had the guidance and resources needed to improve their performance in their examination. Our mentorship program for first-year students was introduced to help fresh students smoothly transitioning into university life and then the demanding nature of engineering education here at the university. Every first-year student was paired with a senior course mate who served as a mentor, offering academic guidance, advice, and support throughout their journey. As an administration committed to listening, we periodically shared anonymous feedback claims and to make informed decisions that reflect the interests of the association. We also collaborated with Steve Edits, a student club on campus, to organize the PCB design and material program, which was held at this practical exposed students to printed circuit board design, material applications, and hands-on engineering concepts, what we normally do in the classroom setting. And it's a valuable opportunity for students to bring the gap between the theory knowledge that's being gained from class and actually applying it to practical courses during the semester. But after we received multiple feedback from both our students and then our tutors regarding the scheduling and the accessibility of the venues for the tutorials, the initiative of purchasing free writing pads to facilitate online tutorials, and then the it is possible for students to join sessions from the comfort of while also allowing the tutorials to be recorded for future use. This demonstrated our administration's willingness to listen and adapt and continue to improve our initiatives. Another significant program that was held last semester was called the Part 2.2 because it was a second edition of the program that was brought out by the class administration. And what the Part 2.2 was a career and personal development program that's designed to inspire students to internationally shape their futures. And during the program, we had the honor of hosting the engineering manager at the automation group, which is too small. It goes by the name Mr. Jeffrey Mohammed Africa. And he shared valuable insights on career development, professional growth, and opportunities within the engineering industry. We were also privileged to hear from some of the outstanding students within our department, and then also some exceptional individuals who shared practical experiences and lessons on how students can intentionally forge their own paths. The Holy Grail Assignment Lead, which was headed by our Igbo category, Stephen Aponsa, provided assistance to second and third year students during a very hectic course that's we took just last semester. And through the collaborative learning and peer support, the students were better able to accomplish their assignments with confidence and a deeper understanding of the concepts that were involved. In addition, we recently introduced Women's Wednesday, an initiative created to celebrate, encourage, and empower the women within our department. Through this platform, we seek to promote inclusiveness, recognize the achievements of our female colleagues, and then other prominent female engineers in the world. And also create an environment where everyone feels valued and supported. These initiatives were not merely programs on paper. They were deliberate efforts aimed at addressing real students' needs, creating opportunities, and leaving a lasting impact in our department. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which can use to change the world. Every tutorial organized, every mentorship session held, every resource shared, and every student supported represents a step toward empowering future engineers and leaders. while we celebrate these achievements, we also recognize that there is always more work to be done. Leadership is not measured merely by the positions we occupy, but by the lives we touch and the positive change we create. Therefore, we remain committed to building upon these foundations and ensuring the future administrations inherit a stronger, more innovative, and united department. To every executive, volunteer, mentor, tutor, lecturer, partner, and every student who contributed to the success of these initiatives, we extend our heartfelt appreciation. Your support, participation, and belief in our mission make these accomplishments possible. Together, we have demonstrated that when purpose meets commitment, meaningful change becomes inevitable. Thank you, and may we continue to forge a path of excellence, innovation, service, and unity for generations of students to come. Long live our departments, long live engineering, long live student leadership. ELEESA, enhancing the world.
Vous your phone to machine. Magic red bullet turn me machine. Tremor blind bullet to disappear. I follow back, bubble club, bubble back.
Let's just listen to the address from the finance office. I mean, the ELEESA Financial Secretary's office. So, as we started this year, we started our ring somewhere in June. And then the projected amount for the year, like the amount that ELEESA had as in the total income. This is how the thing is being calculated. ELEESA has a percentage that it gives to like every department. So out of that percentage, we do that calculation per head. It's a whole lot of stuff. I think when you are interested, you can come to me personally and then I will take you. So I think it depends so on the number of students at your department. So let's say ELEESA, we have the numbers that let's say aerospace. So the total money for ELEESA throughout the year will be higher than or greater than the amount that aerospace is going to get. So it depends on the total student that you have at your department. So ours was projected around 31,532.66 Ghana cedis. If you are coming to some calculations, we can pick your pencil calculators and then we'll go along with it. So our projected money for the year was 31,532.66 Ghana cedis. And then, as I said, the previous administration, when you are leaving office, DOTA will not allow you to spend all your money. So you will have to leave some 25% of your projected amount for the next administration. So when we came to office, we came to meet an amount which was reserved for us by the previous administration. And that amount that was left for us was 7,525.70 Ghana cedis. 7,525.70 Ghana cedis. And then we are also supposed to leave 25% of ours for the next administration, which is my boss over here. So our 25% was also 7,833.16 Ghana cedis. So you would have to subtract that 7,833.16 from 81,000. So after doing the subtraction, you would get around 22,000 or so. Yeah. And then after that, you add the 25% which has been left for us. So you subtract the 25 from your projected money, and then you add what they left for you to yours. So when I did that calculation, the money that we had for the year summed up to 31,100 Ghana cedis. So that is the money that ELEESA 2025-2026 academic year. So that is the money that ELEESA had. I'm repeating 31,175.20% is charged on goods. So the goods that we've been taking, the rents, the section these days, and it's all because of the tax part that we got for ELEESA. So all these items, taxes were charged, or we incurred tax charges on them. So for goods, the tax rate is 20%, and on services is 4%. If I talk of services is about, let's say, they just organize the vetting and stuff, and give them, let's say, some allowance or something. And so those allowances, the taxes charged on them are just 4%. So when I did the breakdown, the amount that ELEESA was going to spend on services, this semester was 2,650 Ghana cedis. So if you subtract that 2,650 Ghana cedis, which is the amount that was going to be spent on services, and this amount entails the academic teachers' allowances, the people that will be helping us with the online tutorials. We do give them something to buy bundle, or sometimes they will be at their hostels and then they will be organizing these tutorials and they will be teaching. So we need some bundle for coursework and stuff. So they do take 100 CDs per semester. And then ELEESA executive allowances. So you add this to the academic teachers allowances, that is the amount that I pay, 2,650 Ghana cedis. And then if you subtract it from the 8,830, that is the projected amount for first semester, I think the total would be, the total amount that we spend on services, on goods was 6,180 Ghana cedis. And that is the amount that ELEESA is going to charge 20% flat on it. The 6,180 Ghana cedis is the amount that ELEESA is going to charge 20% flat on it. So if you do the calculation, that's the 20% of 6,180, it will be around 1,236 Ghana cedis. So that is the tax rate or the charges, like the cost that we incur on taxes this semester, like based on goods. That is 1,236. Please, when I'm done, I will send the listing to our various groups so we can also do. So if you don't get anything along the line, I think when I share it, you will get it more. So if you subtract these taxes from the amount that we are going to spend on services or on goods, I think the total money that we used in the first semester was 4,944 Ghana cedis. So all the programs that we organized in the first semester, the things that we did in the first semester, we used 4,944 Ghana cedis. So here is the breakdown of the things that we did in the first semester. So in February, our first program that is administration of ELEESA Tech workshop. That is that we had at ESL. I think most of us, or in the first years that came, so what that we do, and there was item 13 to write. So the item 13 and the things, how we were able to put out this and stuff. I think the total cost on the 6.00 Ghana cedis. So the amount we spent on the Tech workshop was 1,686 Ghana cedis. If you still want a breakdown as to the cost per each item and stuff, you can come to me for details because time wouldn't permit me to give all those details here. I hope you are all following, please. Yeah. So, and then our second program that we did was the Body of Part event 2.0. I hope you all came to the Body of Part event, the one that was organized at NDBGM, and then we had engineers from Motivation Ghana Limited, right? We had engineers from Motivation Ghana Limited coming to teach us on stuff pertaining to leaders in their life as admin or as engineers. So the amount that we spent on Forge Your Path 2.0 was 1,920 cities. So you can do a breakdown, the item 13, and the amount of money. Little some friends that relate to the engineer who came to buy fuel for existing, and then we did some citation for him to. So totaling that amount was around 1,920 Ghana cedis. So Forge Your Path 2.2, that is the amount that we spent on Forge Your Path 2.2. So the third thing that we did was purchasing of career writing tablet for online tutorials. I think I've been spoke about that. The current administration thought of it that sometimes you might need tutorials and then the classrooms will not be available. But then the career writing tablets, we sit at domain, that's in our comfort zones, and then organize them for everyone to learn. So we bought career writing tablet, and then the sum of the career was 1,100 Ghana cedis. So we have it, and it's for ELEESA. When we are going, we need to pass it to the next administration for them to also use it. So the fourth thing is also the academic teachers allowance, as I've talked about earlier. So that one is also 400 cedis. There are 4. So we are going to give 100 cedis each for the teachers. And the fifth thing is also the ELEESA executives allowance. So this is what we do as something little for water or something little for let me say water. You see, we've been sacrificing a lot. My president, my district officials and staff, like all the executives, offering some sacrifices. And I know we don't want to pay, but at least something small for the boys. And so we've been assigned 250 cedis each semester. That is the allowance of each and every executive, ELEESA executive. And the main executives, we have we have boards. The board members are not part because we are factor them. Then of course we are releasing them money. So it is for the main executive. Let me not say the name, but for the people that were being vetted and then voted for, let me put it that way. And so the president, secretary, financial secretary, now added traffic to it, who consent and then organizing secretary and stuff. So we are 9 in total, and each and every one is taking 250 Ghana cedis. And if you multiply that amount by 9, it's around 2,250 Ghana cedis. So that is the allowance that the current administration, the executives of the current administration is going to take for the semester. And then in February, women in engineering organized some picnics. And then they demanded an amount of 155 Ghana cedis for water. And so that is also part of the amount that we spend this semester. So the wine, yeah, wine is something. 155 cedis for picnics in February. And then the last thing that we did within the semester, we spent on within the semester. You see, we also one of our lecturers being promoted to associate professor, right? Dr. Francis Bois is now an associate professor. So when he was promoted, we thought it wise as a partner to do something to at least just congratulate him. So we presented a citation to him. I think we took pictures and then we shared it across our platforms. So the amount that we spent on the citation and let me say the presentation in general was 194.50 Ghana cedis. 194.50 Ghana cedis. So that is the amount that we spent on the presentation. So if I'm to total the amount spent on booze this semester, the current administration spent 5,055.0 Ghana cedis on booze, and the amount spent on services was 2,650.00 Ghana cedis. So if I sum it up, it's summed up to 7,705.0 Ghana cedis. And if you add the taxes incurred in the semester, which is 1,236.0 Ghana cedis per year, the total amount that the current administration have spent on spent in first semester was 8,941.50 Ghana cedis. So if I subtract that amount from the total projected amount before the year, I think our balance currently sits at 22,233.70 Ghana cedis. So as at the beginning of second semester, so the best that we just organized is not part. We are organizing is not part. This is up to the beginning of second semester. So the amount that we spent in first semester is what I've given you. That is, it all sum to 8,941.50 Ghana cedis. So as I speak, the current balance of ELEESA sits at 22,000. Up to the beginning that will be happening before we bring our work and end. So please, this is
Thank you. So before we let's close that.
Directions. West we do suffer this direction. Them not be hard. Get some out.
Mr. Child, honorable members of the committee, distinguished members of the good day. I stand before the August Assembly in my capacity as the deputy chairperson of the Judiciary Committee and with the authority of the chair the supreme government document of our association, and that every member, regardless of office or status, is found within its provisions. The committee wishes to draw to the attention of the General Assembly that its members, in the person of Insurance Adama has formally resigned from the Judiciary Committee in order for the position of General Secretary of the ELEESA. The committee notes that this action is consistent with Article 3, Clause 5 of the Constitution, which requires any committee chairman or committee member who intends to vie for another position in the ELEESA to resign from his or her current position before doing so. The Judicial Committee commend adherence to constitutional requirements and encourage all members seeking elective office to conduct themselves in a manner that uphold the integrity in the Constitution and the electoral processes. The Judicial Committee further wishes to remind all stakeholders of the provision of the Constitution clearly provides that campaign shall end 24 hours before the conduction of election. The committee must receive concerns regarding alleged campaign activities and are taking prior to the acceptance of nomination of particular concern and allegation involving persons entrusted with responsibilities in the electoral process. While the judicial court creates the perception of bias or the committee also how ELEESA takes pride in achievements and aspiration of its members. Support for any candidate, whether within or outside ELEESA, remains a matter of personal choice. The Constitution imposes no obligation on members to support any candidate merely because that candidate belongs to ELEESA. Nevertheless,
The spirit of unity and fraternity that characterize our association should encourage us to wish all members well in their endeavors and leadership aspirations, as our dear brother Nana Kwame upon entry aspires to be the next visa president. Our very own Owusu Benjamin Opoku as the next visa vice president. Also having our organizing secretary, Honorable Percy, vying for the financial secretary of visa, as well as our sweet sister Vivian Kobe, also for the women. We sincerely apologize for this oversight and wish to assure all stakeholders that such practice will be avoided in the future with proper authorization of ELEESA Abadu to publish the account of the constitution to post notice board. The constitutional provision exists to ensure transparency, accountability, and confidence in the financial administration of the association, which was not done last semester. The committee has taken note that the constitutional committee has not at this stage made any formal determination on this matter. It's continuously important to remind all official holders that constitutional duties are mandatory and not discretionary. The Judicial Committee further reminds members that where concerns arise regarding compliance with any constitutional provision, the Constitution provides appropriate mechanisms through which such matters may be brought before the committee for determination. We must all recognize that it is a collective responsibility shared by every member of the ELEESA. The strength of our association depends on our willingness to respect the Constitution, uphold accountability, and protect the democratic values upon which this association is built. On behalf of the chairperson and the entire judicial committee, I thank the General Assembly of the ELEESA. Long live ELEESA.
Suggestions to make. Yes, of course, I'll be so impressed, but I made my love and enough respect. But that boy is a mess. Ganging up, playing tagging teams, talking big.
I think the Women's Commissioner can answer. The Women's Commissioner can answer. The Women's Commission.
With a bad boy from AliExpress, man to man, US standing stress. Tell your boy how we give that bird. Can we do it?
Any question again? Yeah, there's a question.
Not a day in my life I was begging, dream to be like you, no carry me. And that they had to tell me, no study me. Where them?
The question again.
Yes,
said, how do you do that? Which people are taking that money? And why are they extending it?
Okay, so this is how we keep that amount. Let's see, the main, I don't want to use it like main, actually, because something, but then the people that were being vetted and then elected, and then some that play, let's see, pivotal role or something. So the main executive, I think they are supposed to be 7. Yes, 7. And then we added head to it, making it, and then reform head, US commissioner, and that is the yeah, for the rest, the committee's head, we give them, let's say for the EC like this, they take an amount. It is not.
Okay, so if there's let's take the plan of the by Mr.
So this semester is going to be our last lap as executives. If we are to do anything, it's going to be now, also not come to pass. So we are kicking off the semester with, I really imagine ELEESA is going to be in collaboration with the other departments in the faculty. And we are proud to announce that it will be a big long set of activities, but the climax will be at large to use instead of the traditional lectures. Right in front of us before starting our tutorials. As you are all aware, links have been shared. Polls have been put in the group for you to decide the time so convenient for you for our online tutorials, which are starting just tomorrow on Sunday, and then the subsequent weeks as well. So that's what something we are doing. And we'll also be having another classic program. I don't want to spoil the fun right now. I don't want to spoil the mystique right now. But I'm looking forward to having very engaging classic program at the end of the semester. And we'll also be having our awards session, which comes to the end of the party. Was going to be very valuable. We have a very exciting group for the event. And you do yourself a great honor to come with us. There's many much more that we have in store for you guys. Just tip of the iceberg, but I see you for us. We'll let you know the rest.
Thank you all for your participation. This session has allowed me to account for directors and giving members of the great control. We appreciate the respectful discussion that has been. Let us continue to work together and build the progress of ELEESA. Thank you. We're going for a water break.
We need to